Magic isn't just about waving a wand and hoping for the best. It's about physics, momentum, and the brutal, unforgiving laws of kinetic energy. You're told your magic is too basic, too mundane to be useful in high society. But what happens when you realize that a perfectly applied vector and a mastery of mass times acceleration can shatter the most powerful magical shields in existence? Welcome to Objects in Motion, the brilliantly crunchy, physics-breaking progression fantasy adventure by Inadvisably Compelled. If you love deeply logical magic systems, clever protagonists who outsmart their opponents with science, and the sheer, unadulterated dopamine hit of breaking the meta, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in hard magic progression fantasy, blending magical academy politics, kinetic combat, and the joy of watching a genius exploit the laws of physics. The narrative kicks off in a world where the magical elite rely on flashy traditional spells, looking down on those who practice the lesser arts of physical and kinetic manipulation. Our protagonist is an underdog, armed with nothing but a sharp mind, a deep understanding of Newtonian physics, and a stubborn refusal to accept the limits placed upon them. The atmosphere is a brilliant mix of awe-inspiring magical academia and the gritty, high-stakes tension of a world where a single miscalculation in momentum can literally tear you apart. Inadvisably Compelled excels at capturing the thrill of magical theory, making every calculation of mass, velocity, and impact feel like a massive, hard-earned victory. At the core of the book's addictive appeal is its brilliantly logical, deeply crunchy approach to magic as applied physics. This isn't just about leveling up a fireball spell. It's about weaponizing kinetic energy, optimizing magical vectors, and using the environment to create devastating chain reaction combos. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer traditional magic, apply real-world physics to their spellcraft, and create attacks that make traditional mages weep in confusion and terror is incredibly satisfying. The progression elements are front and center, treating the magic system like a complex tactical puzzle. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat to life, making the bone-rattling thud of a kinetic strike and the satisfying hum of optimized mana feel incredibly real. But beyond the stats and the spellcraft, the soul of Objects in Motion lies in its characters and the hilarious, pragmatic dynamics of the crew. The protagonist isn't a chosen one. They're a blue-collar magical engineer who just wants to understand how the universe works and be left alone. But their groundbreaking theories keep attracting a beautifully dysfunctional found family of misfits, heavy hitters, and quirky specialists who rely on their tactical genius to survive. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as his friends watch him casually calculate the terminal velocity of a troll just to see if his new shield can hold. Their unbreakable trust in him provides the emotional grounding needed when the magical elite start throwing literal apocalypse-level threats his way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, high-stakes magical tournament or a brutal defense scenario forces the protagonist to unveil their latest, most terrifying physics-breaking technique. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming kinetic firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. He doesn't just win the fight, he completely shatters the local power scaling, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled payoff that proves the most dangerous magic isn't the flashiest, it's the most mathematically sound. Objects in Motion is a triumph of the progression fantasy genre. It is smart, hilarious, and unapologetically addictive. Inadvisably Compelled has crafted a novel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the meta with a calculator and a spellbook. Plug in your headphones, calculate your vectors, and join the protagonist. The magical elite have their ancient spells, but he's got the laws of physics on his side.